World Cup, he's really been hitting the gym hard. Second serve from Argentina, not quite as successful, trying to switch field of play. Respecting the defensive back line of Brazil. All three of them really quick young defenders. And a better first touch from Jaime there. First set from Vinny Tavares is a decent one. Bruno Arnold just sending that to the back line, and the balls are bouncing up quite a bit. Trying to see if they're using a wet ball.
No, I think they're using a proper all-weather ball, basically. So not the dedicated wet ball right now, because it's really drying pretty rapidly now with the sun out there. So we're still far away from evening wet grounds. So yeah, I think the right choice. But still, it's after the rain, when the sun comes out, it's always special to play because humidity is still a thing. But I think those two teams, they are from the southern hemisphere, so they are pretty used to heat and all that stuff.
For sure, as we see both of these teams starting to get into the rhythm of the match. Both sides getting some good looks. That set's going to be very nice. And he sends it deep. It's a really smart shot from the 19-year-old Francisco Cluse.
Actually, a little bit too much movement there in the Brazilian backfield. So all three defenders have stepped up. They anticipated that ball being right over the net, but it wasn't. So an easy one for Argentina.
The ball sent out the back from Bruno. He does do that from time to time. He's got such a powerful swing, and if he just gets a little bit underneath, it ends up rising instead of dipping into the field. Last game was a very tightly contested contest versus Austria, as we see a good first touch out of Argentina. This set is going to be close, and unfortunately hitting the body of Francisco Cluse. Tough one there.
You got to avoid those easy mistakes if you want to take away something against Brazil. So the set was close to the net, but not too close. Still in play. So
yeah,
the young gun has to control the game a little bit there.
For sure. This is his first appearance for the Argentina national team, as we see Jaime with a nice shot that swerves out the far sideline. I thought he played well as a substitute last game against Austria, but unfortunately it was just too little too late, as they were already losing when he entered the match. And on the other side of the field, Argentina picking up a win last game against Chile, as we see a service line violation on Francisco.
Yeah, pretty good to see now. Maybe it wasn't in the ankle, but in the angle, sorry. But I think spectators might have seen it. We have a second ref now on the other side of the court for the first time, actually. And that was what the second ref should do, checking for some service violations in specific.
Yeah, it's a really nice addition to have that second referee. I don't know if you've ever done some refereeing, but it's so difficult to keep an eye on the line after the ball's struck and then immediately look down and see if the foot's hit the line. And I know a lot of players brought up that concern after last World Championship in Winter Tour. And the head of the technical team, Gastel Englert, listened to this feedback, and now we have a second referee. So just incremental improvements every time from the IFA.
Yeah, I think it's always a balance that you have to like improve the game or improve the rules, but you always have to leave the game down to the players, right? And not put in too much additions at the same time. But we tested the second referee actually when we had an international friendly between Germany and Austria in April in our club, and we tested that concept there for the first time on an international level. And yeah, it worked out pretty well. So I think it's a good thing for those World Championships. And after that, we will see.
That ball just sliced a bit too far out the far side. Honestly, I'm pretty impressed so far with the play from Francisco Cruz. Yeah, he's got a couple of early service errors, but you know, he's young. He's in his first World Championship game, but he's really contacting the ball well, putting pressure on Brazil.
Yeah, both strikers from Argentina, very young, 18 years and 19 years, so they are really trying to get a new generation going there. And it's definitely what they need, because their last remarkable appearance on international stage was back in 2011 when they went all the way to the semifinals of the World Cup in Austria, still with Martin Vazquez playing striker. So he was a world-class striker playing for Argentina, and that was actually the biggest thing that they played so far on international stage, with the semifinal in Linz-Pasching in front of, I think, 8,000 spectators. That was crazy. So yeah, and since then they are trying to rebuild year after year, and maybe those two young fellows will be the ones for the future.
Yeah, we'll see what they have, as we see Brazil just trying to put this game away quickly, but not trying to overexert themselves. But they're going to want to have a clean performance here to build confidence going into the quarterfinals, as we see Jaime blasting that one into the field and high and out of play. No chance for the defense on that one. Jaime is looking a bit more springy and strong this match.
Yeah, it's not too easy now for Brazil, because they have taken away that loss against Austria. So they didn't win a big game so far in the tournament. And even if they win now, they will go into a rest day tomorrow. And with the upcoming quarterfinal on Wednesday, it will probably also not be a game against one of the other top 4 nations. And just like that, they will have to wait some time until they have a big game in this tournament again, as they have lost against Austria. Some discussions there from Argentina, but now they get it anyway. Roland Schiep telling everybody to calm down there. Yeah, mental games, always part of the game.
For sure, and especially we've seen a lot of contentious moments, specifically around these South American teams. Will always plead their case, but good response from Bruno.
I'm pretty curious to see how the Brazilian team rhythm evolves over the week now, because they had issues in the past with players not being like having the back of the others all the time, with rivalries between the clubs and all that stuff. So it will be very interesting to see how they get a unified team rhythm going. And as I said, the first or potentially the first next big game will be on Friday. So until then, they have to maintain the team rhythm and see that everybody is contributing to the big success story that they want to create.
For sure, but they still have work to do here in the set. Only leading 10-8, and we see the other striker, Nahuel Venner, getting into the mix here with a nice cross-court shot. And another nice short ball from Bruno, really scoring in multiple ways. And Brazil will take the first set, 11-8. I think anything less than a clear, definitive victory for Brazil will be a disappointment to them. And on the other side, any good moments that you see out of your teenage strikers, you'll be celebrating and enjoying what you see.
Yeah, so it's clear to see that Coach Becker from Brazil not putting on the top 5 for sure. So we still see Gabi Heck in the training dress, and also Pato, Mateusz Kunstler. He's not in game mode yet. But as having said that, Mateusz Kunstler has put away the blue jersey, and now he's on the field. So number 10 of Brazil will take the field now.
And we'll also see the introduction of Rodrigo Sprandl, the Sojipa striker, for the first time. And Jaime Andrioli and Gabi Drum will take a seat. And they got some good versatility on the side of Brazil. 5 strikers, and also you see now in the back row, Vini Tavares going to the corner defense position instead of his preferred middle setting position. So much versatility for a lot of these top teams. We even saw Pato playing a second striker position at times.
Yeah, he even played the front right position in Winter Tour 2019 at the World Championships. So he's definitely also able to do that on world-class level. When they had this thrilling matchup against Austria, that was really a outstanding performance there by both teams back in 2019.
Absolutely. I still see highlights pop up occasionally on my Instagram feed. Some really crazy rallies between those two teams.
Yeah, certainly that was the best game of that World Championships, and we're really looking forward to see similar performances again from Brazil this week. But today they still have to take business here against Argentina.
That's a really nice set from Mateusz Kunstler, and
still in game.
Bruno really crushing that ball, but Argentina did well to at least give themselves a chance. There's one thing that you could fault Bruno Arnold for, it's certainly not his power. He's got plenty of that.
That's pretty interesting to see that all of the strikers on the Brazilian roster, they have definitely not missed the gym sessions in the last weeks or month. Bruno and also Gabi has definitely put another level on his physical ability. Rodrigo Sprandl was always kind of a powerful striker.
Yeah, and we'll get a first look at Rodrigo here. Oh, a nice little side shot to the far side striker. Nice acrobatic move there from the Argentina striker number 1, Nahuel Venner. Excellent acrobatic move there, keeping his body out of the line. Look at that, reaching way over.
Yeah, so bad luck there for Mateusz Kunzler. Went all the way from the backfield up to the front.
But Bruno Arnold able to pick up his teammate, picking up another service ace there. That's Brazil's 7th already of the match.
Yeah, we should give credit here to Argentina as well, right? So I think it's not only that Brazil is maybe not playing 100%, but it's also that Argentina is having a decent game right there.
Wow, Vinny Tavares came from all the way back. What a set. Holy moly.
Nicely played.
Came all the way from the back line, sprinting up to the technical area on the far side, sliding on his knees.
Yeah, look at this. We have some ball precision there. Oh, this is just a perfect set. Would love to hit this one.
Oh, me too. Yeah, Rodrigo rewarding his teammate by putting that one away nicely, but Argentina coming back with a point of their own.
Yeah, so as I said, it's not only Brazil playing maybe the 80 or 90% game right here, it's also that Argentina is doing a good job.
Absolutely. I mean, time and time again with these South American teams, they just play with so much pride. And Argentina and Brazil being so close together. Argentina commonly referred to by the Brazilians as Los Hermanos.
Nice strike there, but also great defense.
Nearly kept in play. But another Argentina point, evening up the score.
Great defensive work there. And Kunzler almost able to smash it over the net.
Another huge smash from Bruno, driving it deep between the middle player of Argentina, Thomas Mascali. He's getting some instruction from his coach.
Yeah, pretty interesting. Jochen Inderwies is the Argentina head coach from Frammersbach in Germany. There's a special connection actually between Frammersbach and Argentina. So there were players in the past doing some kind of exchange, going to play for Frammersbach. For a long time they played in the second German league. For some single seasons they also played in the first German league, but they were never able to establish a legacy there. And Jochen himself played striker for a very, very long time, and actually now he's way over 45, but he's still playing fistball actively, so he's not out of the game. I played against him a couple of times. Great guy, loves the sport, and now he's sharing his knowledge with the Argentina team. That's quite another nice story of fistball family.
Absolutely. We're seeing a lot more of the mixing of fistball ideologies more and more as the years go on. And Rodrigo getting into a rhythm now. Back-to-back really strong points from him. And not officially listed as a coach, but we see Romeo Domignoni on the far side acting as like a player coach for this World Championship.
Yeah, he's very experienced, already with Linz Urfahr since a long time, so he knows the game very well. Also calls for the timeout here.
A really impressive performance this set from the Sojipa striker, Rodrigo Sprandl. Now we've been talking a lot, but rest assured I've really been impressed with the shots that I've seen out of the number 7 from Brazil this game. Shooting that ball over the head, but inbounds behind Francisco Klus. So Argentina taking a moment to talk things over, perhaps point out some observations on the field or introduce some new strategy. And we see another change for Brazil. This time seeing Douglas Brados for the first time from Mercedes.
Yeah, he's a teammate of Jaime. And yeah, as we said it earlier, Brazilian strikers are looking like Hulk these days. All of them have big muscles, so huge difference now to the Argentina young guns. So some kind of physical dominance there by Brazil.
Of course. It's not just enough to win the game. The Brazilians want to look good as they do it. Just trying to hit it as hard as possible. Let's see what Douglas has here. Oh, nice shot there. Cutting across his body and in front of the feet of Francisco Klus.
Kind of a late starter. Douglas Brados, 28 years old, but has never seen a World Cup before. So he's on the World Championship stage for the first time.
So we come to the end of set number 2. Brazil mixing and matching players and enjoying some success here. That second set looking very clean from them. What a problem to have if you're Coach Becker, to have so many gifted players in your team.
Yeah, for sure. And he can also give some rest to Mateusz Lammel. And maybe also to other players who have little, maybe not injuries, but after 3 days, something hurts maybe, or you're just tired and need a rest. Tomorrow is rest day for Brazil. So tomorrow they can lean back and see who will be the opponent. Well, at least if they win this game. But right now, everything fine. 2-0 lead for Brazil. So they are on pace for a rest day, which is pretty good actually, especially for the strikers.
Absolutely. And looking at the stat sheet, Coach Becker will be happy to see 9 service aces, as well as 6 return points for Brazil. Great first touch there from Vinny Tavares. The set, really nice. Ooh, good hustle from Argentina, keeping it in play. And there's some applause from the crowd for their efforts. Direct set here for Brados. Such a strong strike to the far side. That's certainly a preferred shot for him.
Yeah, for everybody who has watched Fistball World Championships in the past, there are some changes in the schedule and in the overall tournament mode compared to the last two World Championships. So the last World Championships in Switzerland 2019 and also 2015 in Argentina, we saw some double elimination round, which caused a lot of games at the end. And also all the top teams have played each and every day of the week. Not only the teams that try to step up into the semifinals, but also Germany, Switzerland, Austria and Brazil have played every day of the week. And this is a difference now because the International Fistball Association decided to go back to a more traditional tournament mode. So we see now a clear group stage, quarterfinal, semifinal, final mode. And that also leads to 2 rest days in maximum. So the top teams can rest on Tuesday and also on Thursday. And that's actually a big difference.
Yeah, different format. Seeing some different tactical strategies from each of the coaches as we see a good Argentina point there. A strike from number 5, Ulysses Kraus, who's been introduced to the game. Yeah, the double elimination provided a lot more games last time around. But these games just feel like they mean a lot more. That set from Federico Fritz is a bit too far.
A bad call there from the teammates. My Spanish is not too good, but they should have called him and maybe signal for this one to be too far over the net. And this one's in the net.
So despite some really nice moments from Argentina, certainly looking like they won't be able to pull out this victory, so they will have to play in a crossover match against a team from Group C.
Nice strike there by Douglas.
Nice high flying defense from Matthias Kunstler. Rodrigo from 2, shooting that one deep and just so powerful on the strike as we see the rain starting to fall down again. So making it even more difficult on that Argentina back line.
Yeah, that's certainly now an advantage for Brazil because with all those powerful hitters, they can surely capitalize from that very, very wet ground that we will see in a few minutes if the rain continues. But yeah, we're an outdoor sport, so we are playing in any weather.
Yeah, we'll see if this continues throughout the day and what kind of challenges, or for some players, added benefits in the change in tactics that the rain brings about. As we see Rodrigo sending that one to the far side, but not the depth that he wanted. That set's going to be too far, though. So an unforced error on the side of Argentina, who will, should this result hold up, they'll end up playing either Czech Republic or Australia, depending on the outcome of the Australia versus Japan game later today. Another direct ball set, just pummeled by the Sojipa man, Rodrigo. Both Douglas and Rodrigo, some imposing looking guys, but some of the nicest fistball players you'll meet. Always smiling, laughing, having a good time. You see an excellent first touch from Pato there. Great shot from Ulysses Kraus going across the field into the gap.
Yeah, some German names there in the Argentinian roster. Most of them from a small city in Argentina, where a lot of people have German ancestors. So the name Krause is pretty German. Yeah, and they also played in the German league. Thomas Krause played for Frammersbach.
Really getting all of the seasons today. First it's sunny, then it's raining, then it's windy.
Yeah, people trying to hide there back under the trees because it's really pouring down now.
We had some rainy games like this in Winterthur as well. As you see another return point from Rodrigo Sprandl. I think the Brazilians will feel more comfortable playing in the rain.
Yeah, usually it's easier for teams that have a higher level of technical abilities to play in the rain, because it's even more down to precision in the defensive work, that you get the whole body behind the ball, that you're not trying to smash the ball around with your outstretched arm, that you really stick to the technique, and those Brazilian players have excellent technique, so definitely something that helps them. But yeah, we do not see a clear blowout here in the third set. Argentina still took away some counter-attack winners and all of that stuff, so yeah.
Well, Rodrigo's looked really nice this game. Really solid with his movements. Not really making any mistakes that I can recollect.
Yeah, very important to know that striker 3 and maybe even striker 4 are having a good rhythm as well. Once Gabi Heck and Bruno Arnold are out of the game. Could be something to have a closer look in the later stages of the tournament, that the coach might be pulling the trigger a little bit earlier if things are not going the way they should go in a semi-final game or something. If you know, you have like 1 or at least 1.5 very, very good strikers out in the team area to step up and take the field anytime you ask for.
You could make the argument that Brazil have 6 highly capable strikers in their roster, which is just ridiculous. And Rodrigo serving for the match, no question about it. The 12th service ace for Brazil. And a clear victory for them as they finish in 2nd place in their group. Sticking to the script, Brazil. Though I'm sure they would have preferred to be atop their group. So, crossover match awaiting Argentina tomorrow.
Yeah, Brazil will be playing again on Wednesday, so they enjoy a rest day tomorrow. And on Wednesday, they will play their quarterfinal on 4 p.m. So they will play the first quarterfinal against a team that still needs to be found. And that team could be either Italy
or the US.
Or the US. So that would be a special game, Kyle. So let's see if the US can advance to the quarterfinal. We will see.
Anything can happen here. We've seen some certainly interesting, surprising results, some surprise teams, some perhaps a little bit disappointing teams, but either way, really great matches here in Mannheim all week long, and we'll continue the action in just a little while as we return to action from Group D. To finish that group out, we'll see Serbia taking on Belgium. So that game is set to start in just about 1 hour's time. So we'll see you back here for the next match on Fistball TV or local TV, wherever you are in the world. Stick with us. We'll be back from Mannheim.